Cherokee 39 Hotel, just so you know, just north of you is airspace I do not own. It's Nellis's. Are you starting your turn?
That's affirmative. We're doing beginning our turn now, 39 Hotel.
Perfect, thank you.
So as bad as we want to visit Nellis, probably not a good idea to encroach on military airspace. So we got a good one for you guys this week, and we're very excited to visit another Bravo airport, and this one is pretty popular. We'll talk about why you can't land here unannounced. We get eyes on probably the most classified airline in the US, and if you wait until the end, you'll hear what it takes as a pilot to depart on an IFR flight plan, from getting an IFR clearance to being cleared for takeoff, as we visit Harry Reid International Airport in Las Vegas, Nevada. So what's it like to fly into the 5th busiest airport in the US and doing it during Christmas week? Surprisingly, not too bad actually. Living in SoCal my entire life, Vegas is pretty much a staple for local-ish vacations. And we've done that drive more times than we can remember, so when our original plans were scrapped because our original destination had a major storm, we decided to call an audible and fly to Vegas. The added bonus was that it had been 8 years since we had been, and it was another Bravo. First one, of course, being San Diego International. As always, when coming into a new congested airspace, we always come in IFR, especially if it's a Bravo. No one wants to hear ready to copy a number because you busted a Bravo. So how busy is this airport? Well, last year in 2024, it had over 613,000 aircraft operations. And now that they have multiple sports teams, Vegas requires a PPR number, otherwise known as a prior permission required number, which can easily be received when you make a reservation at any FBO. But besides the regular fees at those FBOs, Vegas has another fee, which has made headlines: the event fees. So let's talk about that event fee. When F1 racing is in town, just to land costs a couple of $100 for small GA, and that F1 fee particularly spreads to a nearly 60-mile radius for other airports nearby. Now today wasn't a couple of $100 luckily, but we did have to pay a $45 event fee when we made our FBO reservation because of a Raiders game, which surprised us, so make sure to call ahead to any FBO and they will let you know what those fees are and when to pay them. Just make sure that you get that PPR number before arriving. Harry Reid International Airport has 4 runways, with the shortest at nearly 9,000 feet and the longest at about 14,500, which is more than enough in the winter, but in the summer when it's over 110 degrees at an elevation of almost 2,200 feet, having those long runways during high density altitude is particularly nice, especially when you have a normally aspirated engine like ours, but anything above 100 degrees is a no-fly day for us. And since this is the desert, wind is also a major factor, as it can reach speeds of up to 45 miles per hour, and with the surrounding mountains, it can get pretty bumpy. But it was early morning in December, so luckily it was smooth for us. For my instrument rated pilots out there, this is a Bravo, so they pretty much have all the instrument approaches you'll need. Not much more to say about that, but today, even though we were IFR, we chose the visual approach just to make it easy for everyone. The one thing I thought about when visiting here was flying parallel to the strip on the approach, and that is exactly what we got. Now, I couldn't really focus on that too much, but my wife was able to take it all in. I'd get my chance though on departure.
Number 39 Hotel, right turn at Sierra Point Niner.
Right turn at Sierra and go over ground point 9er, 39 Hotel.
During my flight planning, I made sure to have an idea what my taxi instructions could be. Once I was given which runway to expect, I knew it would be simple taxi instructions because 19 right is the closest runway to both FBOs. And I knew it would be either taxi via Foxtrot or hotel to Atlantic.
Las Vegas ground, Aero 1939 Hotel, clear of 19 right for Atlantic.
November 1939 Hotel, Las Vegas ground, are you familiar?
Affirmative, 39 Hotel.
November 39 Hotel, roger, wait for the latitude, then taxi via hotel.
Wait for latitude, then taxi via hotel, 39 Hotel. Thank you.
Speaking of FBO, they have two big ones, Signature and Atlantic. We can't say anything about Signature here in Vegas, but if you've stopped at Signature, let us know your experience. But we had a great time at Atlantic, and it's definitely our go-to on our next visit. Okay, I have to mention this. We had no idea we would see Janet Airlines as soon as we cleared the runway. But there it is, right in front of us, and that was such a crazy cool surprise. And if you don't know what Janet Airlines is, it's a top secret airlines that takes personnel into restricted areas in the Nevada desert. For projects like the SR-71, the F-117, and as far as today, who knows what they're working on. Either way, such an amazing sight. To Atlantic. Simply put, we chose them because reviews for Signature show them not to be so GA friendly. I'm sure that's not a surprise to many of you. And the location of Atlantic put it only a mile from the strip. We ended up taking a crew car to the hotel, dropping off our luggage, and then returning the crew car, which made the rideshare back much easier. Unfortunately, it didn't work out the same way when departing. A reminder, always ask for a crew car. At nearly $10 a gallon for avgas, you have to take advantage of everything they have. Get the coffee, get the snacks, get everything. And as always, we'll put a breakdown of all the fees in the description below. So on the left, you'll see a couple of helicopters, and that's just very few of the many that reside here because there are not only tours of the Las Vegas Strip, but they also have tours of Lake Mead and the Hoover Dam about 30 miles to the east, so always keep an eye out. So of course they were expecting us because, as I said earlier, we had to make a reservation before arriving, which is not only for the PPR but also to assure you a spot on the ramp. They parked us quite a distance from the front door, but here's a tip. Ask them to return in 10 to 15 minutes. Secure your plane and then enjoy the spectacular views of departing commercial traffic, especially if you carry a radio to listen to Tower like I do. Oh, and speaking of Tower, they were extremely friendly here. Not that I expect them to be rude or anything, but it is a Bravo, and I know they're extremely busy, so sometimes being nice is last priority over being safe. But I found them to be both, so a major appreciation to Las Vegas Tower. So to wrap this up, don't forget you need a PPR number before arriving. There is a lot of Janet Airline activity. It's pretty awesome. Do not be surprised by the event fees. Again, when you call, make sure to ask about them. And as I said, Tower is extremely friendly, which helps when coming into an airport like this. Bravos are probably the most intimidating airports for GA pilots, but our experience is that as long as we study the airport diagram, the FBO location, and runways, it goes pretty smooth. But it is fast-paced regardless. You're kind of playing a game of predicting what ATC will tell you while being flexible to adjust to changes. Arrival to Vegas wasn't too bad, and for the most part was easy thanks to ATC. The departure though, especially because we were IFR, is a little more involved. So we wanted to share what that sounds like. Our first call is getting our IFR clearance. Now, we called when we were parked, but park footage isn't really interesting, so we'll play it back during our taxi, and you get to see more of the airport.
Good afternoon, Vegas. Clearance, Aero 1939er Hotel, looking to pick up our IFR clearance to Corona, Alpha Juliet Oscar.
Aero 1939 Hotel, Las Vegas, clearance. Clear to Corona Airport via turn left heading 240. Radar vectors to Victor 538, Goff, then as filed. Climb maintain 7,000. Expect 10,000 2 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 125.9er, squawk 4773.
All right, we are cleared to Corona. On departure, turn left heading 240, then radar vectors to Victor 538, then Golf, then as filed. Climb maintain 7,000, expect 10,000 2 minutes after departure, frequency 125.9, and squawk 4773, 39er Hotel.
Aero 39er Hotel, read back correct, and where are you parked?
Currently parked at Atlantic, 39er Hotel.
Aero 39er Hotel, ground to be .1, have a good day.
Over to point 1, thank you very much, Merry Christmas, 39er Hotel.
Merry Christmas.
Next, the best thing you can do is complete your run-up at the FBO. Tower will love you for it, since you'll be ready to go, but it's always good to ask a lineman where you can do your run-up. You want to make sure you aren't blowing your prop wash towards a person or property. After completing a clearance brief and a run-up, it was time to call ground.
Vegas ground, Aero 1939er Hotel at Atlantic, ready for taxi, run-up complete.
Where you parked that, Aero?
Atlantic Aviation, 39er Hotel.
Aero 1939 Hotel, Roger, runway 1 left at Bravo, taxi hotel.
1 left at Bravo, taxi hotel, 39er Hotel.
So finally, we are taxiing, but that doesn't mean it's sightseeing time. You have to keep that stereo cockpit going and keep listening because during our taxi, we get called up again.
Aero 39 Hotel, you already said you did your run-up?
That's affirmative, 39er Hotel.
All right, 39 Hotel, you will be number 1 at the end, monitor tower 118.75.
Number 1 at the end and 118.75, 39er Hotel.
So what's the difference between contact tower and monitor tower? Essentially, contact means you contact them, monitor means wait for them to contact you. Easy if you think about how many times you hear monitor ground after being given taxi instructions after landing. But this is the first time I've heard it pre-departure and to monitor tower instead of ground. Finally, you'll hear a radio call before departing in real time as we arrive at the hold short bars for 01 left. And this is why you do your run-up at the FBO.
Number 939 Hotel, 939er Hotel, Las Vegas, are you ready?
Ready to go, 39er Hotel.
1939er Hotel, traffic's on a 4-mile final, runway 1 left to Bravo. Clear for takeoff, fly runway heading, I'll call you turn in the air.
All right, 1 left, clear for takeoff, and runway heading, and you'll call my turn in the air, 39er Hotel.
So yeah, as you guys can see, you have to stay ready. And even though it seemed like a lot of information, if you do just a little bit of homework, most of it won't be a surprise. And instead, will be just confirming what you studied. For example, if you know the active runway, study what the taxi instructions will be. Better yet, listen to the instructions other pilots receive near you. I bet it'll sound the same. Bravos are always very special, and we had an amazing time, but sharing it with you guys is definitely our highlight. So of course, we want to thank you all again for being here supporting us another week. We've reached 900 subscribers, more specifically, as of this recording, 907. I mean, that's just amazing. And it's all because of you incredible aviators. And I don't just mean pilots, I mean anyone who loves aviation. We appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts, so thank you so much. We'll see you guys next week, but until then, make sure to go fly, go discover.